Welcome everyone, this is Dr. Wellman. Welcome to week 1. Here we are, positive psychology, and what a time we're having. I'm going to start with the home page, landing page here, and give you a bit of a tour of what I think I'd like you to see and look into. So here we are on your home page, and you'll be looking at the announcements when you come into the page. So you can click on the announcements here, or you can click on the announcements down here. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to click on the left. So the first thing is the welcome letter that I sent to you. I'm looking at the student preview. This is how it looks for you. And I added a, hopefully an inspiration, Neil Gaiman's 5 writing tips. And don't wait for inspiration. Find your unique voice and don't obsess over your first draft. Make mistakes and be kind to yourself. So why did I put this here? Because I know Neil Gaiman is a sci-fi kind of a writer, and we're writing nonfiction. But when you write, it's always going to be about you finding your unique voice. You're going to write a first draft, you're going to make mistakes, and you're going to rewrite. So I hope you'll be kind to yourself and work with the online writing lab. And here's a link to the full article. When you come into the announcements, you'll look at the weekly agenda, and it's important to read this. There's information that will help you. Sometimes students ask me, what assignments are due this week? Well, they're all here in the agenda. You have 3 discussion posts a week, an assignment each week. In week 1, I'd like you to complete the pre-test by Wednesday before you start reading and complete your certification by the end of the week. If you'd like your work graded, you have to complete the certification. If you want a grade for the course, you should complete the pre-test. I've added here a tip on writing academic journaling as a personal practice. It's a way to keep your writing going and keeping your thoughts connected to your writing. You might like to have a handwritten journal. Just any kind of scribble journal is fine. Just to write about things that you're thinking about and to keep your APA writing skills going too. But don't worry about your APA writing skills when you're doing your journal. I'd like you to go to the apastyle.org website to answer any of your APA writing questions if you have them. But the goals of your journal is to encourage regular writing and make connections between your class material and your personal observations. And this will be very, very useful to you when you write your paper, which will be due in week 3. So don't ignore basic rules of grammar and punctuation. Don't write to fill pages. Do something thoughtful. Do something before the last minute. And it's not a personal diary. Don't just simply summarize, but analyze what you're writing. Ask questions about it. Don't just describe what you read. So this will really help your thinking process. So let me go through. I'm not going to exit. So now I'd like to take you to the Getting Started area. In the Getting Started area, you're going to click on here to introduce yourself. Here's a course overview of things that you will need to do. These are the course objectives. This is where you click on to get your certification and pre-test completed, and the quick guide to 7th edition APA formatting. You won't need to purchase the manual for this course. And here's an edition of the student paper formatting. You can also get the a student paper example from the apastyle.org website. There are samples of student papers when you go to the APA Style. So where is APA Style? I'm sorry if I'm scrolling here too quickly. I find it annoying when people scroll too quickly. Here we go. The Kaiser Online Writing Lab. If you click on this link, it will take you directly to the Kaiser Online Writing Lab. Here you go. And then you can click on, where is it? Submit a paper and go from there. All right, so I've set it up for you so that you have a direct link. Most teachers don't do this, but I figured out how to do it because I really want to encourage you to use them. And here's a PowerPoint that you can download on how to submit papers to the Online Writing Lab. Here's the link to the Kaiser Online Library. And this is the, if you click anywhere in here, it'll take you to the apastyle.org website. And if you click on here, you can search for your questions. So we can go citation. So I click here, how to write a citation, and that describes in-text citations. Here goes the basic principles of citations. So this is a really handy website that is very well organized. It's really clean, and the students who have used it just love it. Let's see, what else do I have here for you? Okay, we'll go up to the top. When we go into, I've set up this folder for you. These are some things. Okay, I already talked about this, didn't I? Okay, but also we have the discussion grading grid. This is what I use to grade your discussion posts. The UEFAP website is Using English for Academic Purposes. This is a free guide. I recommend using it. It's just wonderful. It gives you something on grammar. Please do go through this. It's just really, really wonderful. Whether you are, and it's very, very helpful for students in higher education, particularly English learners, but it's very helpful for those of us who are used to speaking in a kind of slang conversationally. This teaches you how to write in academic language, and it's a free source provided by Andy Gillette. It's wonderful. Here is a video on understanding the basics of APA referencing. And here I have something that you might be interested in thinking about. How is nonfiction writing different than fictional writing? And the structure is very, very similar. So here is some work showing how a post would look. Here you have a personal paragraph, and then here you have a cited paragraph with the reference. Here's a couple of videos on how to write an essay. This is how to present thesis statements, and this is how to write an introduction. These are quite, this one in particular, how to write an effective essay, the introduction, is very highly rated. They both are very highly rated on YouTube. So some of you may be really good at learning through visual aids like this. So that's what it's there for. Now, excuse me while I skim back. So we go to week 1, and we have something very similar to the weekly agenda. This is the textbook you'll be using, and these are the weekly objectives listed and the chapters you'll be reading. These are very useful PowerPoints. I recommend them highly. Do get familiar with those. Here's Martin Seligman in his black sweater talking about positive psychology. And your week 1 assignment is a critical review assignment. And your week 3 research paper is described here. So you would get started on that as soon as you jump into week 1. And you'll also probably want to start looking at your midterm exam review. Your midterm exam will be in week 2, open on Thursday. And here's a handy week 1 summary. And you're able to ask questions in my virtual office. So there's an Ask Questions area. The Student Cafe is just for you. And then you would continue to week 2. Thanks you so much, and I look forward to this time with you.